the characters
Yeah.
in. None of which I don't think I know any of these characters' names. I really think Game of Thrones or House of the Dragon has just deleted my capacity for remembering names now. So I know there's Kara.
Kara, yeah. Kara.
I think that's the only person whose name I know. I know there's fucking Gerbil guy.
That would be Homan, I think.
Yeah, and then there's K-pop bad guy.
That is Nawam.
There's robot bad guy.
You mean the Sith?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Geno.
There's Gimli.
That is Quana.
There's pretty geisha lady from the One Planet.
Tafla.
There's Kara's dad.
Yeah, that's Jima.
There's the Jedi Master guy from.
Yep, that's Juro.
Yeah. Well, I know Ethan's name because he's just got like a regular white guy name.
Okay, there you go.
So I remember Ethan, and I know Gramps, the fucking droid, because and then we'll talk about him as we get here. We are live, by the way. Welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris,
and this is a little bonus episode because we found ourselves the last several weeks with not a lot of Star Wars to talk about, and out of nowhere, Lucasfilm did us a big favor and dropped all 8 episodes of Star Wars Visions Presents The Ninth Jedi all in one day.
Favor is doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, I was being a little sarcastic because I would have vastly preferred that we do this week by week and get into it. So let's start with some spoiler-free thoughts about this.
So I guess my first thought is the voice cast was pretty fantastic.
Did you listen to the English dubs or did you listen to it in Japanese?
I listen to English because I speak English and I don't speak Japanese.
No, I had the Japanese version and then I had the English dubs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like there's some fairly big names in here. Like Jima was voiced by Simu Liu, who you might remember played Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I was about to say yeah, I know him. It's too bad I didn't I didn't enjoy any of the voice actors you're talking about because I just listened to the Japanese one.
This kind of reminded me of why I don't watch a lot of anime, because there's an awful lot of like vocal tics, like the and the and the
oh yeah, or like
and all those happen.
I know exactly what you're talking about because oh man, I don't know how offensive. Okay, I'm going to say this, and I want everyone to know that if this is offensive, it's because it comes from a place of ignorance and not from a place of malice.
Go on.
A guy that we knew in college, his name was Andrew Barnick, showed me some hentai once.
Oh, God.
And the noises that the female made were a little similar to some of the noises that some of the characters make.
Oh no.
And it's that like vocal tick thing where it's just like, she's making a surprised sound.
Yeah.
She there's nothing sexual about it or anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. On a scale from 1 to 10, how offensive was that?
I mean, the fact that you doxed one of our classmates is a little offensive, I think. But
he can kiss my ass. I don't like him. Anyway,
that bugs me, and I get it's not a problem of this show in particular. I get that it's a thing that all anime does, but it was not my favorite part, let's say.
Yeah. Okay, I got to be real honest with you. I kind of love this story.
Yeah.
I thought the story was a lot of fun, and I found myself recognizing, like, obviously they're playing in a Star Wars sandbox that isn't canon, right? But they're using all the sounds and the technology and some of the ideas and stuff, right?
And shit tons of lightsabers. Holy shit.
Right. But I found myself recognizing other Star Wars DNA in it that went a little bit deeper than that. For example, like there's a lot of Knights of the Old Republic in this. Did you notice that? Like especially toward the end. Like I really thought that we were battling against the Starforge at the end. It kind of felt like that a little bit. And I think I have a crush on the main bad guy.
Okay, that's understandable.
Yeah. And generally, I kind of had a blast watching this. It was a lot of fun, and I really wish we would have had time to do like episode by episode, right?
Yeah.
And we are gonna vaguely do that. I've budgeted about what
6 minutes for each.
Yeah, 5 to 7 minutes per episode. So
I think shit. I had another thought.
Oh, go ahead.
Was it? The main DNA I saw in this was actually Seven Samurai.
Oh,
the way they're kind of
with the way that they were doing the
they're going around looking for all the Jedi to save all the innocent people from the evil horde. And
I also love how that like you could do the Oprah meme with them just passing out lightsabers.
You get a lightsaber. You get a lightsaber. Everyone look under your chair. There's a lightsaber.
They legit were giving everybody lightsabers. Like this one character, then we'll get to when we get to it. The one character that the main character knows for like 4 minutes, who just previously was trying to kill her. She just like gives him a lightsaber. He's like, "Here, you're on my side now. You belong to me now." I thought it was pretty cool. Okay, so you remember the names better than I do. Can you see the?
Yes. So this guy is Geno.
Okay.
And I remember these names because I have the Wikipedia page for the show.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't do that much preparation, honestly.
Geno Ikagi, the last Sith.
Yeah. A distinction being made, by the way, from the other guy he's talking to on the hologram right now, who is not a Sith at all.
Yes.
He's just a guy with a lightsaber.
Yes. Noam rejects both the title of Jedi or Sith.
Yeah. Also love how his thing throughout the whole series is you're not going to bust my Zen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because his whole thing is that he's just blocks all emotion out. Right?
He makes me think of Kylo Ren if Kylo Ren was cool.
Yeah. That's a good way to put that. And I think it's interesting that his character is kind of a like if you were to take the Jedi I guess
detachment.
Yeah, and like take it way too far. He's pretty much a psychopath. Or like because he or like a sociopath because like of course he's not passionate or he doesn't get angry or anything, but he also has like no feeling toward people suffering or people dying and stuff.
Which arguably that's the sort of attitude that the Jedi teachings were designed to produce, at least circa the Clone Wars.
Yeah, but that's the thing though, is that part of the reason that the Jedi do what they do is because they are, at the end of the day, they're very sensitive to people suffering. Yeah. Or at least they should be. Like a perfect example of that is like Qui-Gon Jinn, who like couldn't pass a homeless person without giving them something to eat or something. Like he was incapable of ignoring that human suffer or that
compassionate as fuck.
Yeah, right. I just thought it was a neat idea where he like just throughout the whole season of this show, he's like, I have achieved ultimate Zen that you will not bust. And then at the end, he gets his Zen busted.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is our main character, Kara. Also,
she's currently freaking the fuck out because there's a giant ship chasing her small ship.
I like the music in the show, by the way, despite the fact that I know it is kind of like John Williams adjacent sounding, like it's supposed to sound like something John Williams would have written.
Yeah.
But I still enjoyed it. And then
music by Nobuko Toda and Kazuma Jinochi. I'm probably mispronouncing both of those names.
And I think that they recorded like the title theme with a real orchestra, but most of the incidental music is like mostly
synthesized.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So this is a Gerbil Jedi.
Homan.
And then
voiced in English by one of my favorite voice actors, Patrick Seitz.
The name sounds familiar. What do I know
He
that from?
does a lot of video games. He's done a lot of other cartoons and anime and
Oh,
stuff.
okay. And this guy next to him, the he's the Jedi that was guarding the big kyber crystal in that very first episode from season 1.
Yep, Margrave Juro.
Yeah. Hold
Anyway,
on.
they're all trying to get away from Geno and his not Star Destroyer.
Yeah. Okay, so
And
we are
Graham's
gonna
fucking
we're gonna jump around a little because we don't have time to go into like
Yeah.
every single beat and every scene. This is one of my favorite parts of this episode where because he's got him at the end of a string, right? Wherever they jump, they just jump after them, which mirrors exactly the plot in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Um, and
so Gramps is like, hey, what if I just jump really close to a black hole and we fly away because we're small and nimble and you get trapped because you're huge? I'm pretty sure the physics doesn't make sense here, but
no. I think that I think that once a black hole gets you, it gets you. Like there's no
You
way
know
out
what?
of it.
It is both Star Wars and anime, so we're just gonna go with it because it looks
Yeah,
pretty.
I mean, talk about arresting fucking visuals. There are a lot of moments like this throughout this season I was just like, wow, that's a marvel to look at.
For sure.
So a lot of the time this season is spent going around trying to collect uh people to the cause, many of who were Jedi before, who aren't anymore, and they've moved on with their lives. And some people they just meet off the street. And they're like, you're a Jedi now.
Yeah.
So this guy is, I can't remember the name of the planet, but he's like the leader of this planet.
Yes. Dunby.
Yeah. And
Dunby is this guy's name.
so they're pretty much like, hey, you need to come help us. And his response is like, no.
My responsibility is to this planet and the people who live on it.
Yeah, I'm like I'm a leader here, so that's not going to work. And of course, like I wouldn't say that there's anything shockingly different about the storytelling beats in the season, because you know that like the second they get there to ask him for help, we know that the bad guy's going to show up to help grease the skids a little bit and get this guy involved. Which is exactly what happens, right? So like this,
I love the design of these droids.
They're
like they come out
pretty
and they
badass.
have 4 arms. They have the big gun, and then they have 2 small guns.
They got a lot of guns.
Yes, like if this is what the battle droids in the prequels looked like they would be way more fucking terrifying.
Yeah, it would scare a lot of kids probably.
Yeah.
So they get this guy a lightsaber, and they fight back, right? And I think at the end,
so they do an episode 1 where they're gonna go destroy the droid control mechanism, and Kara fights Geno, and like she does okay for herself, but she's probably a little bit overmatched. But she's just trying to distract him while Gramps destroys the droid thingy.
I think this is one of those things where when we're studying the trajectory of Kara's character, and like as she like gains abilities and stuff, you know, in the first episode against this Sith guy who isn't the main attraction, right? He's not. He's, if anything, he's kind of a henchman for.
He is a Darth Maul in Phantom Menace at best.
Yeah. And the fact that she, like, in the first episode, she has trouble with him, but at the end of the series or at the end of the season, like, you know, she fights the main guy and everything and does really well. So it's really cool, you know, that she's got that like where she like throughout 8 episodes she grows quite a lot. This is another one of those images.
Is it just me, or are the lightsabers in this show just like a little bit short?
Well, the one guy's supposed to be short. It's like a Wagasashi.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just saying, like, the lightsabers in general look just a little bit short to me, like 10% shorter than I feel like they would be in.
They could be,
material.
Now that you're saying it, I wonder what the ratio is. Like if you were to take original, you know, Return of the Jedi, if you were to measure Luke's lightsaber against his height, I wonder what the proportion of blade to, like, you know, I don't know what relationship that is. I'm trying to think of, but I would guess that at least hers is shorter.
It just kind of kept hitting me as I watched all the episodes.
I do love the design of the hilts, by the way, that have the like the samurai sword ornamentation on them and stuff. Like that's pretty.
I love how they're all very. They're a little bit more artful and less like shit was tacked onto a tube than the movies were.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Also, one thing we could have said, I guess, in the in the spoiler free, but now that we're doing spoilers, which by the way, spoilers, is the fight choreography in the fighting is really badass.
Oh yeah,
it's really neat to watch them fight. So
but put lightsabers on a screen and I will watch anything. But when you do fight choreography like this,
yeah, with good like camera movements and it's not live action, so it isn't cut to hell. Like there are a lot of like one shots and everything. So Darth K-pop here has Kara's dad prisoner, which we know from I think the previous episode from season 3 of wasn't it season 3 of Visions?
I think it was season 1 of Visions that he gets kidnapped.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's just hanging out on the ship. And what's weird is that Darth K-pop keeps calling him Master, which is a weird, like, they explain it later, but you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So Ethan is just like, he's a stowaway on the ship, and he's just like pretending to be.
Yeah, he's infiltrated Noam's army, and he's like trying to get the lay of the land, maybe try to incite a little revolt, and like, hey, if anyone beats up Noam, he'll give them their army. Isn't that crazy? And Noam shows up like, yeah, it is crazy. And you motherfuckers want to try to beat me up?
The one guy did.
Yeah, maybe you with that carefully wrapped Beskar spear.
Yeah. Which, by the way, another thing they kind of just bring over from the Star Wars universe is this guy with the Beskar spear. It's really cool.
I like that he just has a Beskar spear and it's never remarked upon.
Yeah, it's just I think that's one of the special things about this premise, right? Is that like the general vibe is yeah, that's in there, shut the fuck up. It's like
Star Wars, you know how this works.
Yeah, why do we need this? Shut the fuck up. That's why. Because it's Star Wars.
Anyway, Noam kills that guy, and this is a significant shot because in this interpretation of the Star Wars universe, a lightsaber's blade reflects the user's personality.
Well, the lightsabers that are made specifically by that sabersmith, right?
Yeah. So, and Noam's here is blue, which is a Jedi color and not a bad guy color.
Right, which is there's some of this that kind of lost me on a little bit because I feel like at this point this guy's done enough where his heart, what's in his heart, should have turned it red already. But it hasn't. But you are right. It is. It's the coolest reveal, right, from that episode in the first season of Star Wars Visions in
all
the original.
The Jedi pick up their lightsabers, they turn them on, they're all red.
Yeah, because and they save it for the end, so that you spend most of the episode thinking that they're just all like benevolent Jedi, and then they
are the good guys.
Yeah. So Kara's doing her training on the Millennium Falcon here with Han Solo watching, telling him how it's better to have a blaster.
Except she's dealing with 2 of those little droids at the same time. So take that, Luke.
Yeah, and she's obviously more proficient in the Force than Luke was too.
I love that her blast shield thing has a hole in the side for her ponytail.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's pretty good. Yeah. So they arrive at their next planet, right? Which is where it's where all the Jedi were hanging out before.
Yes.
I think they have like a temple.
Republic. This is basically like Dantooine.
Yeah, right. So yeah, they have like a Jedi enclave there. So they're showing up to get Princess Mononoke to join, which she gets on the hologram and she's like, no, please go away. Like, it's a lot of really bad shit with Jedi has happened here before. We don't want you guys here. So do you want to talk a little bit about what Darth K-pop is up to?
Yeah, so Noam's whole plan is that he's going to build definitely not Starkiller Base with this gigantic kyber crystal that shoots beams out of a cannon that, like, I do like the way that it's shown when this thing actually fires. So like the beam travels through hyperspace
It
to
is
go to
pretty
wherever it's
cool.
going.
Especially when they later on when they do the because it becomes a plot point later on that they want that kyber crystal from the first episode in season 1 of Star Wars Visions that what's his name was guarding, and this like they do a quick hypothetical of if he's able to use it as a weapon and how it like destroys a part of the galaxy that they're in.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Or the later on, I have a shot of it in this. The one guy that shoots this thing just to try to destroy it, and it just fires it off.
Results in evaporating a mountain.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is what's her name telling them.
Tafla.
Yeah. Oh, please go away. Thank you.
So we don't do Jedi stuff here.
Yeah. So there are mining ships.
Yes, which have been hollowed out of asteroids,
yeah.
Which is very cool, although impractical on many levels.
I think it's great. I think it's really cool. I thought this is great, actually. I don't know that they're just like kind of floating out there,
Yeah.
So they go to one of these, right? And
Juro meets this fucking dwarf who throws a sword at him, and they have a little sword fight.
Yeah, which by the way, it was weird that even in Star Wars Visions, which is like not exactly Star Wars, how weird it is to hear the clang of swords.
Yeah,
because like everyone's so used to lightsabers as as what everyone fights with. It was a really neat. It was kind of cool. This guy can fight, by the way. Like,
oh yeah.
He's got a pretty
so this is Quana. He is a former Padawan / just Jedi youngling who washed out because he wasn't good enough with the Force or something.
Yeah, I know they do mention pretty soon after this that his talent in the Force is pretty low, and like the Jedi guys like haven't you seen any of the shows like Star Wars Acolyte, and he's like, you don't have to be good at the Force, you can just kind of, or have you not seen Ahsoka season 1? Like you can just be bad at the Force and still be a Jedi.
However, what he is good at is being a bro.
Right, yeah, I love how they do. It's a little cliche, but it still makes me smile every time where they do the thing where like the two guys fight, and at the end they're like yeah, it's pretty great. So they let Kara's dad out of the cell, and so they're having trouble getting the kyber cannon to work, right?
Yeah.
And so he like takes a look at it and everything, and I think he like he fixes it, but he also breaks it.
Yeah, like why did Jima do this? Like, why did he make it so that the cannon can fire?
I think he did it so that I'm not really sure. Okay, so what I interpreted here was that he was like, okay, I'll help you, pretending to help, but then when he actually did it, he made it so that it wouldn't hit the moon straight on.
I guess.
Yeah, so that it would miss or whatever. And then because it doesn't work after this again, right?
Yeah.
For a while? Yeah, I'm not really sure. But anyway, they fire that son of a bitch off. Narrowly misses the moon. And then there's this fucking metal shot of the gas giant.
Oh, yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. So I did try to get title cards when I could. But
so that shot didn't hit Babine, but Babine is nonetheless fucked up.
Yeah, and,
like,
and
everything's on fire. Yeah, there's asteroids falling.
Like the moon is still fucked. They just have time to evacuate now.
Yeah,
probably thanks to Kara's dad, I would assume. So Princess Mononoke like runs off somewhere to a she doesn't look like Princess Mononoke. That doesn't really make sense. But
not at all. I don't know where you're getting that.
So she runs off to a hangar.
Yeah, she's trying to get everyone to evacuate, and she tries to find the biggest ship she knows about.
We get a little bit of exposition about how things were here, before the Dark Days, before the Empire. And when everyone was younger, like this Jedi guy, and I think this is
this is Juro and Jima.
Oh, yeah. And they've
big reveal in the previous episode that we skipped over. Jima had killed their master, like the Master Jedi at this Enclave.
Right. Yeah. And so we learn a little bit about like, you know, they had this Enclave here. They had students and everything, and then there was this duel that you were just talking about
yes.
between
so
like the Grand Master guy.
Yeah, the guy on the right is the Master, and he was trying to get the Enclave to take a bigger role in the local politics and things, and Jima was kind of his hitman when diplomacy failed.
Yeah.
And then one day, no one really knows why, Jima and Boss Man had this big fight.
Yep.
And at the end of it, this happens where Jima's lightsaber turns clear/silver, and then
Which
he kills.
is badass, by the way.
Yes.
I had never even, you know, I've been a Star Wars fan for a long time. I have never once considered a like translucent lightsaber blade. You know, that's pretty cool.
There's a neat little moment in this fight where like they're both holding, like they both have a hand on both lightsabers, and one of them flickers red for a moment.
Yeah.
And they're like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yep. I do remember that. This is him, you know, reaching his Zen, right?
Yes.
And I don't think we know exactly why this is happening at this point in the show, but he kills him and then he fucks off, right? He jumps out the window and he's like, bye, see you guys later. So they what's her name and Kara find an old, it was a Jedi ship, right?
It was the Master's ship.
Yeah, hidden away.
They figure it out. They managed to get it flying, and Kara goes looking for places where they can stuff refugees. And what do you know? There's a bunch of like old people from all these planets that the Master was working with stuffed in carbonite.
Yeah, so I guess when they got unruly, he just threw them in a carbonite chamber and
froze them and replaced them with people he could manipulate more easily.
And which first of all makes his killing justified.
Yes. And this is to show that Jima had a point and that maybe he's not the bad guy here.
Right. Yeah, because the guys that are frozen have been frozen in carbonite so long that they're effectively dead.
Yes.
Like they can't be, you know, brought back or anything. So what's her name lends her support to the fight pretty much at the end of this. Where
this is her asking the miners to help them evacuate because they don't have enough ships otherwise.
Oh, okay. So Ethan finds Kara's dad. And is going to break him out. And at first, you have to refresh my memory. At first he's like, "Oh, I can't go," and then Ethan says something that changes his mind. I just can't.
He mentions that Kara is out there, and he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta go find my daughter."
Yeah, and then he just like escapes himself.
Yeah, like he just uses the Force and busts open the door.
Yeah, he was there on his own volition the entire time, and he could have gotten out whenever he wanted.
Yeah,
which I think is actually pretty hilarious.
I guess he just didn't have anywhere to go until now.
Yeah, he was kind of bored. He just didn't have anything to do. So this let's see, is this the?
Yes. Yeah, so this is them fighting off the bad guys invading the meteor ship,
right? Which I love this little thing where like these guys come out of nowhere and they've all got their fucking lightsabers and everything.
I love that he's
got a little guard. Yeah, he's got a little hand guard. Yeah, that's pretty cool. How does it work? Fuck you, it's Star Wars. That's how it works.
It's anime. That's how it works.
And while all this is happening,
so they left Kara behind to guard the ship's bridge, and Noam shows up and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna do nefarious shit." And Kara's like, "No, I'm gonna fight you."
Yeah, we're gonna have a little duel. You know, you're right.
Her lightsaber does not go well for Kara.
Her lightsaber does seem a little. You know what? His looks kind of shorter too. I think you might actually have a point with this.
I think it's just the studio's artistic choice.
Yeah. So their fight ends up in the the canteen, right? Yeah, the cantina. Yeah. And he gets his helmet knocked off, and we find out that he's kind of a dark side twink.
Yeah, he's a little Bishonen.
Yeah. And so, she seems pretty surprised by that. And I mean, to be fair, he is kind of prodigious in his skill.
Yeah.
So I think she was kind of expecting someone a lot older and more experienced, maybe. But they fight, and she doesn't do particularly well. Like, he's pretty bored. And so the one thing we learn is that him being bored is kind of a part of his zen.
Yeah.
But her master guy shows up.
Juro shows up and is like, "Hey, Kara, you need to get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
And she's like, "No, I want to help you." He's like, "No, you should really get the fuck out of here." And she's like, "No, I'm gonna help you." And Juro's like, "God damn it, you distracted me, and now I'm dead."
Yeah, I do like this detail. She like tries to join the fight, and he gets distracted and doesn't want her to get hurt or like accidentally hit her or something. Yeah. So like he takes his focus off the fight for a second to like avoid her, and then he just
stabs him.
Yeah, shish kebab right through the fucking center. Yeah. So he dies and disappears. He does fuck this shit, I'm out, Force Ghost maneuver.
Gives her the lightsabers before he goes, and that's it.
Yeah. I love this little droid. I love the droids of Star Wars. Yeah, he just like he goes ape shit on one of the battle droids at one point. He's a lot of fun. So I guess this is where what's his name?
Nawam realizes that he has finally purged himself of all emotion and gets the translucent saber.
Yeah, so he found his zen. Good for him.
Yeah.
So Kara gets in a ship and escapes because it's like
because everything's blowing up on the meteor ship. So everyone escapes and Kara gets her own little ship and the rest of the gang is together.
Yeah. This guy, I guess, gets really badly damaged.
Yeah, so this is the second half of the season. He has a little showdown with Jima while, like, at the end of the previous episode, and it doesn't go super
he gets his ass paddled, yeah.
So now he's full General Grievous mode.
Yeah, and he seems pretty pissed off by it all.
I mean, he's a Sith. He's pissed off at everything.
Right. I can't exactly remember what's happening on this planet, but it's so badass.
Yeah, Nawam's just there to take things over, so he lightsabers.
Oh yeah, because is this where there's like a little time jump, isn't there? Where
sometime it's they don't say months or years or anything.
Yeah, it's sometime in the future. They've had some time to take some ground and like invade more of the galaxy or whatever. I love this bit just because he's like talking on the phone the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, and he's just killing these guys and he's on the phone.
He's so casual about it. Yeah. Like, these guys aren't even worth my attention. It's not like he has an earpiece or anything. He's just like
he's got it in his hand.
In the palm of his hand.
Yeah. Right. We find out that they've sent hunters after the Jedi. And so one of them caught up to the main group where Kara isn't, because she is on this random planet
with the fucking platypus people.
Yeah. And so of course, like mercenaries show up and they end up getting hurt.
Not just mercenaries, also the fleet, because one of Nawam's not Star Destroyers fucking starts carpet bombing the entire forest.
Which upsets her quite a lot, right?
Yes. So she hops on a speeder bike and then goes zooming on up and does a little bit of stabbing.
Yeah, does a stabby stab,
and by a little I mean she kills at least 50 men in this sequence.
Yeah, and crashes this whole ship,
which probably makes the forest fire worse.
Yeah, I can't imagine that probably helped that much. I'm not a firefighter, but I assume.
She goes back to her buddies among the platypus people, and she's like, "Hey, I helped by killing all those guys. You don't need to worry about it. I saved the day. I'm the hero." And one of the platypus people points at her lightsaber, and she realizes, "Holy shit, it's red!" Yeah,
they're like, "Please leave. Our entire civilization is destroyed. You've really helped no one." So these are the two other hunter guys have arrived to hunt her down, and they capture her, right?
Yes, if I remember correctly. And Beto.
Yeah. So I think at some point they put together that the bad guy is going to be on his way to that original spot.
He needs the giant Kyber crystal because it's the only one pure enough or whatever.
Yeah. So they've got to go there, right, and stop him. That's where the big fight's going to happen. So they capture her. They get her on the ship. They put her in a cell. And she's real depressed because she's captured. She doesn't want to really fight anymore because she probably straight up murdered somebody in cold blood.
She murdered a lot of people.
Yeah. And so she's having kind of a crisis of confidence and identity and everything. And then
Beto, the bounty hunter right there, is like, what's really cool? Fighting strong people. I like fighting strong people. Keep that in mind, just in case we ever, have an occasion to Then she has a little dream where Juro's like, "Hey, you just don't be so angry when you kill people, and it's okay, because sometimes bad guys need killing."
Yeah. So she breaks out, right?
Yep.
And then when she gets out of the ship, and then what's his name, the one hunter guy,
Et,
yeah,
would be the guy, because they're trying to hunt down her father as well.
Yeah.
But Et puts out all this mist out of his armor and starts shooting at her, and Kara's deflecting with her lightsaber. Initially, she's not doing super well.
Mm-hmm. And then she finds her Zen.
Yeah, she finds her Zen, gets the cool translucent saber,
Yep.
and kills Et.
Yeah, shish kebabs that guy, and then turns to her friend and is like, "You're next, asshole." And so he like pulls out his spear and like tries to like poke her and shit, and then she beats him, and then
like
doesn't kill.
She has her saber like unlit right underneath his chin.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Hey, I could fucking kill you right now." He's like, "Yeah, you could." She's like, "Okay, you want to work for me?" He's like, "Beats dying, I guess."
Yeah, I mean, I guess I do. I don't know. Do you have any of those lightsabers yet? And she's like, "Well, as a matter of fact, I do."
Yeah, here.
You're
a Jedi now.
Yeah, you're a Jedi now. Have fun. So the rest of the other crew arrives back at this observatory.
He is Lan is this planet's name.
Yeah. And everyone reunites. Kara's back. She walks in with a bounty hunter, and they all freak out. And she's like, "No, he's my employee now." And they're like, "You're what?" Like, don't worry about it. He's also a Jedi. Don't worry about it. But everyone's back together. Fucking Gimli and Gerbil guy and Ethan and her dad's there. And, yeah. And then their like ordinary people fleet shows up, and it's very like no, Poe, there are more of us, kind of things, we learned some information about the main bad guy, which is the reason that he calls Kara's dad Master is because he witnessed this duel years ago at the Jedi Enclave. And
he was like, "Holy shit, that saber turned clear because he like transcended all emotion, and that's really fucking cool. I want to do that."
I want to do that. I want to have Zen too, and so that's why he refers to him as Master and everything. The fight starts, right? And I can't. So obviously, what's his name needs the Kyber crystal.
Yes, and like his first thing after his I think you skipped over the part where we
skipped over a lot, Chris. We don't have enough time to
just
all of this.
Lift out of the planet, and it's an entire ship, and it goes to hyperspace. But this cannon ship just uses a tractor beam to slurp up the space station.
Yeah. The new General Grievous and Kara's dad meet up. And I like this detail of his this like little arm thing he's got here, kind of like telescopes out and everything. So they fight, and
he's got a lot of arms. He's got a lot of weapons.
Yeah. During this, Kara tries to help, but
surprise! It's a giant destroyer droid.
They do almost beat for beat what they do with, because one of these things. It's basically one of these things show up in the Book of Boba Fett at the end, with the shield that they can't get through.
Yeah.
And so they have to figure out like how to get in there and everything, which Kara figures out and is able to destroy it. And then her dad finishes
Geno.
Yeah, this guy, and he's not having a good day, as you can see.
No, not at all.
I do love they I think this is the enemy. Yeah, they board the enemy ship. And the shot, like, I'm a sucker for stuff like this. The like the teams together, everyone's fighting kind of deals. Because it's like Kara's like freaking out and like swinging around, and then the new mercenary guy's shooting, and he's got his lightsaber, and then here comes the droid, and he's like smacking the shit out of people, and like gerbil guys.
Wait, go back. That's an amazing smear frame. You see the guy right next to the droid.
He's like that. He's like that painting.
Yeah.
The screaming guy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the gerbil guy's here cutting people down, and then out of nowhere comes Ethan. It's just, I love an ensemble fight scene like this. I'm a sucker for it, and it's pretty
very
cool.
well done in this case.
So the fleet is able to coordinate their attack so that they hit this cannon ship.
Yes, Kara and all the rest are going after the cannon itself, while Jima fights Noam.
Yeah. And so this thing is hurtling down toward the planet, and it's really cool because this is it's hurtling down right to the spot where the whole story started, right?
Yep.
So the story started on the surface of this planet with those like trebuchet things that were like fire, like those big like catapult things, and it's just cool that it's it's kind of a cliche. Hey, we're back where we started, but it's still kind of cool.
Brings it full circle.
Yeah, Darth K-pop uses the Force to he sets the ship down like a dainty little butterfly.
Yeah.
And then Kara's dad shows up, and
they have a little fight.
Yeah, I love good lighting like this. By the way, I love a shot like this with a little bit of purple in there. Purple is my favorite color. So, I probably should have backed up a few frames from this one.
Yeah, that's not the best. But you can kind of see that
it's a little washed out. Yeah,
they're having their little sword fight.
So they find themselves in a theed reactor room style catwalk.
I really like the touch that Jima, like when he first ignites the lightsaber half the season ago, he remarks that I swore I would never draw a blade again, and then it shortens out to this wakizashi length.
Yeah. So they do kind of a. If I were to make a list of things I didn't love about this, one of the things is I really wish they'd stop doing the fake out death thing.
Yeah.
Because they make us think that he has died. And Kara shows up. Well, he shows up. So they're expecting her dad to show up. He shows up, meaning he's won the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a cool entrance, by the way, because you hear his footsteps on the other side of this blast door, and then it opens, and he's just there.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass.
This dude has aura.
Yeah. And Zen, as it turns out, he's found his Zen. So Kara goes batshit because she thinks that he's killed her dad, and I love this shot here of the mercenary hunter guy, like trying to get a beat on them, but
they're
he just
moving so fast.
Yeah, they're moving so fast that he just doesn't register for him, so he doesn't even know where to point the gun. Their fight ends up on the exterior of the ship, and K-pop loses his cape, and inside. So the rest of them are tasked with disabling the weapon, right?
So like they try to shut off the power and they can't do it. They try to dislodge the crystal and they can't do it.
Finally, they unplugged it, nothing happened.
So then Beto pulls out his gun and shoots at the crystal, and that results in the cannon firing.
Yeah.
Like
I have a shot of this. So yeah, so he's like, you know what? Fuck it. He just pulls out the gun, and it like. This is so funny.
This one blaster shot results in a beam that travels out into space and blows up a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, so like the implication there is just with the tiny amount of energy put through the crystal from a blaster, like if they actually are able to use the energy on the ship that's meant for it, this will be a galaxy level destruction, you know. God, I love shots like this. I love fights like this. You know,
it's really well done.
They do a bit where they do some fighting, and then Kara gets a beat on him.
Yep.
And she does the thing where she moves so fast, and everyone stops for a few frames. And then you expect him to like his top half to like slump off of his bottom half, but it doesn't. And they're both very confused. And then Kara's lightsaber turns green. And they're like
at one point, I think while she was in the dream with Juro, she was like, I don't actually like killing people. I would very much like to not kill anyone anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she's like, okay, well, I guess I figure out how to beat someone without killing them or whatever.
Yeah.
They're both. I just appreciate how they're both really confused about what's happening. So this is a shot. So Ethan figured out that if he smacks the kyber crystal enough with his lightsaber handle, that you can't shoot it, obviously, or trillions of people will die.
But you can just shatter it with your hilt, and it'll eventually, break apart.
I do appreciate that they made sure to show that you have to use a lightsaber hilt, because the one guy tries to hit it with the butt of his blaster and it doesn't do anything.
Happens.
Yeah. So they all pull out their lightsabers and they just start chipping away at it like it's a big piece of ice and they've got an ice pick.
Yeah.
And then Darth K-pop loses his fucking zen.
Yeah, he loses his zen.
Big problem.
Because Kara's like, I'm a Jedi. I'm on the good side, and Noam is like, good and evil are just the same thing. They're it's all a matter of perspective. And she's like, are you sure about that, Mr. Red Lightsaber? And he's like, wait, what?
Yeah. You made me lose my zen. So she does it like she does a thing where she like slashes at him like a bunch, and nothing happens to him, but he still falls over. And then like his like dark side spirit,
I don't know exactly what this is supposed to represent, but the gist of it is
they do a replay. They do a replay of the fight.
Yeah, and it turned out when Kara was swinging through his midsection, like she turned the lightsaber off with the Force right before it hit him, and then on again after it was past him.
Which is the reason that he's laying on the ground is because he's so embarrassed.
I think the implication is that she was like striking with the Force rather than the blade.
Oh, okay.
And like the Force just defeated him without hurting him.
It just made him. It took away his will to live.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe his will to fight.
Yeah. So they're able to hit the kyber crystal enough where it like
It shatters just as they're about to fire it, and it's another gorgeous sequence where this huge blue beam of light comes up, and there's kyber crystal shards all over the place, and you can see it illuminating the planet's rings.
Yeah, the rings like act as a conductor for it and like absorbs it and everything.
Again, this probably doesn't make like actual scientific sense, but it looks cool, so we're going with
it. Who cares? I love this Charlie Chaplin-esque ending.
Yeah.
Where like they're all happy, they're like, we won, and then they do the like the screen winks out, They end The Mandalorian and Grogu like this, or season 3 of The Mandalorian and The Mandalorian like this. And then I guess we get what amounts to like a little post credit thing, because an
epilogue.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's an epilogue. So like all the people are back. They're all Jedi now. They've got they're matching cloaks, and this guy's a Jedi, even though I don't think he can even use the Force, but he's there. Gerbil guy's there. Ethan's there, and in comes Kara with her
cool purple rope thingy.
Yeah, and then her droid, and
the fashion in this show, I don't think we remarked about it this time. The fashion in this show is all very Japanese coded, which makes perfect sense given where it's coming from. But like,
well, you consider that the Jedi garb is kind of based off of samurai, shit. So yeah, the Jedi are rekindled, and her dead master is there just hanging out. Like I'm a part of this too. And then at the end, her father, so we find out that Darth K-pop is still alive.
Yeah, he's in a prison cell, and Jima comes down and hands him a lightsaber.
Yeah. And
screen fades to black. We hear the lightsaber turn on.
And it makes the translucent lightsaber sound, right?
It makes a sound.
To me, it sounded like that, because that translucent lightsaber had a really distinctive sound.
Okay.
That's what I thought it was. Anyway.
I might need to go back and listen again, but...
Yeah, and that's the end. And I'll tell you, like, again, I really found myself wishing that we had had, like, a week to look at every episode, because, like, it was a lot of fun. It was... I expected to enjoy it, because I don't... Like, even the Star Wars Visions episodes in like, the seasons that I didn't like were still fun to watch, So I didn't think that I wouldn't have fun, but I found myself smiling a few times because there were, like I was talking about how there are moments where you're like, this is kind of like when they attacked the Starforge at the end of KOTOR 2, and it's a very similar thing, and how some of this, like you got the guy that's practically General Grievous, but honestly way cooler. So I don't know. I liked that. That was great.
Lucasfilm, because I know you guys are listening, because you're our biggest fans.
Yeah.
The next time you do this, please release it on a weekly basis rather than the entire thing at once. Yeah. But also, the next time you do this, get the studio that did the Ronin. Just make a full season of the Ronin, please.
That would be really cool. It's too bad that, like, I really did like this story. I thought this was a cool story, and it's too bad it was wasted on a non-canon thing, because this story would be cool in the main Star Wars canon, like a couple thousand years ago, like before the events of where like things were just weirder because it's so long ago, and the Jedi aren't as they aren't quite as old, and like they've gone through, like the Jedi have gone through several different like iterations, and like where they've almost been snuffed out a couple of times and everything. Like it would be cool to have a story like this, that's entirely unconnected to Luke Skywalker and Rey and all that other stuff. And if you remove it by enough time, having a guy that just weirdly has a translucent lightsaber works, because it's you're not thinking about, oh well, that doesn't happen in the original series or the original trilogy, so like that doesn't feel right. It's like this is 2,000 years before A New Hope, so like maybe this one guy was able to turn kyber crystals translucent, and like he's the only guy that was ever able to do it or whatever, and everyone forgot or whatever. It'd be really cool.
It would be.
Well, what are we looking forward to? So tomorrow is the season finale of House of the Dragon season 3, which you and I will be celebrating and mourning.
So many people are gonna die. So many dragons are gonna die.
Well, we'll be mourning the characters, but I personally will be mourning the fact that it's over. And
another 2 years until the next season?
I'll be on Social Security before we get season 4 probably. So we'll have that, and then after that, I'm not exactly sure, but like we've got Star Wars story time and shit coming up, but other than that, I'm not really sure.
We'll figure it out when we get there.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. We hope you liked the Ninth Jedi as much as we did. Let us know in the comments what you thought, and we will see you on Wednesday, probably later in the evening, because it's when we are free. So. Mm-hmm.